Yo, what up guys? Nice to see you here. Welcome to the first podcast on the channel. Today I'm sitting here with G himself, Raul. You want to do a quick intro?
Not really. You do it.
Yeah, that actually makes more sense. So Raul is the co-founder of Instantly. You probably know what Instantly is if you're sending cold emails. Has sold hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales, built a $50,000 a month lead generation agency, and also has done a bunch of cool shit. So that's why he's here on the podcast.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me. That was a good bio.
Yeah, that's perfect. And we're here sitting in Raul's apartment in Jungle. Nice background, good laid back vibes. And we're just going to do a really relaxed podcast talking about lead gen agency shit, sales, cold email, life, business, whatever we really figure out we want to talk about. But the first question I'd like to ask you, Raul, how did you get here in the Jungle? Why did you come here?
Well, it's actually like a funny story. We're supposed to come here last year when the pandemic really hit, and me and two of my friends, we bought visas. It was like 300, 400 euros, and we wanted to come here. But it took so long to get the visa because it completely closed down that we couldn't wait, and we decided to go to Mexico instead. So we went last year to Mexico. We were there, and then our visas expired. We're going to go back to Bali, and then one of my friends that really wanted to go to Bali went this year, and I was already in Seoul. I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll go check it out. Like, always want to go there, and yeah, just like came here. I thought it's gonna be like a more like laid back vibe, but been working actually not as good as I expected. Like, all the people are telling so many good things about Bali, like, fucking getting food poisoning.
Yeah.
We both had it. His girlfriend went to fucking hospital. You had food poisoning. My friends had food poisoning. First night when you go out, internet sucks here. It's raining all the time. Like, you can't see, maybe you can hear it. Like, if you want to work, like, Bali is not the perfect place, I would say. Like, I would start with more like urban areas. So I can't wait actually to leave right now. Sorry for all the people that love Bali. I'm going to like Melbourne next to get like better internet. But all the bad stuff, like their sun, their surf, also want to be here. I can now check it off my list, and yeah, no regrets.
Yeah, exactly. We're pretty much on the same idea that it feels nice to leave.
Yeah.
Most of it can leave, so it's gonna be dope. But it has been great. So you've been working just here, like you mentioned you went to Mexico. I obviously know that you have been traveling around a lot. So do you just travel around the world and work at the same time, or how do you run that?
Good question. And like, I started the nomad life pretty late, and it was like last year. I got it from Niels. So Niels was actually in Mexico, and he's one of the co-founders in Instantly. So he invited us there. We went and actually like loved it, because like with our line of work, you can work whenever. But that being said, I have like friends that have tried it, and it's like super hard for them, because if you have your own agency, your own business, you are the boss. Like, there's nobody telling you like you have to go to work. Like, Levi, like, you have to do work.
Yeah.
And you have the option, like, especially if you have a little bit of money, to do whatever you want. So you have to have that self-motivation. You have to be able to go to monk mode to do it. But once I realized that I can do it for like periods, and like in the beginning I really needed the money. So Mexico was my first one. Then after that we went back home. I was home a little bit. Then we went with Niels to Tbilisi, Georgia, where we actually started like Instantly and started like working it. That was last year in November, September-ish. We also started our lead gen agency. Like, it was really good working together. And like, also like Georgia, Tbilisi, there's like not many distractions.
Yeah.
As like it would be like New York. It's like a good place to start up, super cheap. And like, that was like pretty much, I think, my low point. I remember I had $3 in my bank account. And it's just like, look at show to me, it's like, this is what I have. But we were still like positive that the money's gonna come in from the agency. Instantly wasn't doing like anything yet, it was just like being built. And after Tbilisi, went home for Christmas. And then like this year, in the beginning, me and Niels went to Barcelona. We were there for 6 months. That was good. After Barcelona, went home for summer. After summer, in September, I was in Seoul. Now Bali. Next month in Melbourne, Australia, and then probably New Zealand. And yes, I'm trying to do like more, like check off all the small things that like small young Raul wanted to go, like New Zealand, Alaska, what else, Hawaii, like all the places. Now I have the option to do that. But I would say like if somebody wants to do it, I wouldn't start off traveling this much. Like as you know, there's like so much new stuff that you have to learn. You have to like live or like, get comfortable in the place you live. So like 1-2 months is perfect. And after a while, like I think for me, it's around like 2-3 months that place gets boring.
Yeah.
If you've seen anything, there's like not much to see, and especially if it's like different, like with this body, like jungle vibe, it's cool for a while, like it's an adventure, but then you get bored of it, like super humid, it's not like productive. You want to go to the urban city, and after a while, you get in the city, you get fucking bored. You want to go to the jungle.
Yeah.
So like you should figure out your own like ways. When you get bored, then move. If you like one place, stay there. But yeah, for me now, it's like love doing this. I have the chance, the opportunity, and before I get like too old, I just want to travel as much as I can.
Yeah, it makes sense. And I also think like it's all about finding your own routine.
Yeah.
What we have done now like a few times is have like 3-4 weeks at one place, and then before you switch to another place, do like a really sick weekend or 2-3 days at a really nice hotel, like actually spend a lot of money on it.
Yeah.
And then when you go to your next place for like 3-4 weeks, it's like way easier to work because you spent all that money, you had your fun, you enjoyed and relaxed, and then it's way easier to just pull out your laptop and work.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like one big thing is the routine is like perfect. What you said, like it breaks up your routine if you fly. So like there's a lot of like small things you can do. For example, like if you fly during the night or whatever, like it fucks up your sleep cycle, and then you can be like next couple of days together with the time zone, like even like a week, couple of weeks, there's like out of it.
Yeah.
Like if you have calls, you're doing like daily calls, like it fucks up your like entire rhythm. So if you want to do it, if you want to travel, like you have to be smart, like travel during the day, during the weekend, overnight flights, be like smart how you travel. For example, like if you come from like Europe to like New Zealand straight away, or you go from like Europe to Dubai, it's more difference than from Dubai to Asia. Like you can go, like be smart about it, and if you do it that way, like it's much easier. Otherwise, it's gonna be fucked up. Especially if you go to a new place, you don't know anybody, and then you have to like clean and cook and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that was like here, at least like it's super cheap. Like the Airbnb has like a cleaning lady comes in. I don't have to worry. Really cheap food. Like Levy's waiting for his order right now. Like super cheap, so you don't have to waste your time on that. That's actually like simpler for me than it was back home.
Yeah, I also love it. Like we have been just living in hotels, and we're gonna keep continuing to do that for the rest of the travel. It's like you don't have to cook. You can just room service everything, or just go to a restaurant. You don't have to clean. You don't have to do anything. You have like like the hotel right now we are in. It's a pretty nice place. I have like a WhatsApp connection, and I can just like, yo, bro, can I get a burger here, and then just bring it in like 15 minutes. Like my life is perfect that way. We have also been in a few places where we had like a personal butler. So that was like a little bit next level. Yo, bro, can you bring me cigarettes from down the street from a store? And he did. So it was pretty nice. But yeah, I think it's also like a lot like actually focusing on the high ROI tasks, like optimizing what you actually do during the day. Of course, it's not maybe you won't be able to pull it off in the beginning if you're just like, you're not even seeing any ROI, you're just struggling and trying to get the first few clients. But then I feel like when you start seeing even a little bit of a success, the best thing you can do is like get a cleaner, get someone who like just order food so you don't have to cook it yourself. So you have more time and more focus to focus on just working.
Yeah, 100%. Like everything you do takes calories. So all the unnecessary things you don't need to do yourself or you don't enjoy doing, as soon as you can, just outsource everything. And it's like we think like in business, outsourcing like all the tasks, which is logical. But yeah, like people don't think about like outsourcing, cleaning, food, everything like that. Even like personal trainer, stuff like that. So everything to take that stress from your mind away and give it to somebody else. Like if you can do it, just do it.
Yeah, like and also just like if you don't have to figure it out yourself, like a personal trainer, even if it's just your friend, but someone who just tells you do this before you go to the gym. I have some people who I pay just so they can tell me the shit that I already know and tell me that it's correct. Like, yo, should I do this? Yes, perfect. It's worth it because then I don't have to worry about it and I can just like, I don't have to think, saves calories, I have more energy to put into working.
Yeah, man.
It's actually super high level, super great. You mentioned that you were building the lead generation agency when you were in Croatia.
in
Georgia.
Tbilisi, Georgia.
Georgia, not Croatia, Georgia.
Yeah.
So how did that start? How did you start? Where did you get the idea to build a lead generation agency?
So, as like most people, I've tried so many different businesses, and before the lead generation agency, we tried TikTok ads agency, and before that we're really good at sales and doing the cold outreach. So it was like a combination of we got really good at cold outreach. We tried one offer that worked really well, the TikTok ads agency. We legit got 6 calls and we closed all 6. And one client was huge. They gave us we had no cases, nothing. They gave us 50K budget to use monthly, straight away on the ads. We didn't have anything. We're just really good sales. And we tried it and it turned out we sucked at TikTok ads. we didn't even know that you can't track conversions directly from TikTok ads, or it has to be, the sale has to come straight from TikTok itself to measure the conversion. We were so bad. We just went to the hype of TikTok. We tried it, the offer worked, and then we told all the clients sorry, it's not working out right now. We can direct it to somebody else. But during the time, we learned, okay, we're really good at outreach, so let's try lead generation agency. And then we were trying to build instant as well. So it was a combination. We built lead generation agency, but we used instantly to grow those clients and to get that lead generation agency clients as well. So we're building lead generation agency and instantly together, which is one of the biggest reasons why it works so well. So it was one of our unique advantages, which now every fucking lead generation agency has. They can use the same tool, because we were paying so much for warm up monthly. All the tools were charging per account.
Yeah, so Mailshake, $50-$60 per seat.
Exactly, and we were using those tools for warm up and stuff, and just our costs rose so much that we're paying thousands a month for warm up. And then I remember in Tbilisi, in Georgia, we're fuck it, we were thinking about using a warm up API for instantly.
Yeah.
We're fuck it, we have to do it on our own. So our developer looked into it. It's possible. And that was one of the biggest things that made Instantly so successful, that we did unlimited warm-up. And from that, we got the boost for the lead generation agency, growing it more, growing Instantly, using Instant as an anchor, or we have our own tool. And we just started reaching out to people. It worked. We got a bunch of clients. We started growing it. And it was just a good match, good timing. All of our things, a software plus our experience coming together. And it's just worked out.
Yeah, I think that's what it is in most cases when you go super fast. People just see you going super fast, 9 months, building 2 million ARR software. That's the only thing that people really see. They don't see the 5 or 6, 7, 8 years of grinding there. You learning all these small skills, and then figuring out oh shit, I should take all of this that I know, put it all together, and then you go really fast.
Yeah,
and people just see the last part. They don't see the 7 years before that.
So that's the main thing. People see overnight success, whatever. It's 10 years in the making.
Yeah.
That you actually get it. And that's why it's so important to not give up if you have the chance. The main reason why Instantly is so successful now, I have so many failed projects, ventures. If I would have given up at any point, I wouldn't be here. The main thing is just to keep going. If you need work for somebody else for a while to make money, but if you want to do your own stuff, if you don't give up, at some point you will succeed. There are so many courses, insights out there. You just need to stumble on the right track, and you have a higher chance of getting there if you just keep trying, keep testing, keep working on it. If you work or follow Levi, you follow his instructions, people that have done it, and you don't try to build ideas that you think are cool, but you focus on stuff that's proven, you have so much bigger success rate. And just don't give up, people. It will work at some rate. I have done this for 10 years now, and finally something's working.
What quickly breaking down everything that you have done during those 10 years, what kind of things fit into the 10 years?
So I started as a marketer after university, just an internet marketer. Again, I didn't know anything. I just Googled, if I needed something, just Googled it, learned it. Because internet marketing, everything's changing so fast. You have to be a self-learner, so just marketing. Then from that on, I started an SEO agency. Actually before that, my first sale on my own was a website design. I like sucked at design, but I saw like a course or like a blog post, I don't remember, about like how to sell like websites. And what you did is like you look at websites that like suck, like from the 2000s, like really old design, and then you message them like, hey, like your website's pretty old. I already made a new website for you. Do you want to see it? And then if they respond, then I send them like a WordPress template, like you do it in like 20 minutes. You have a WordPress template, you copy all of this stuff over, and they say like your website's ready. Pay you like $500, I'll just give it to you. That was my first sale, like
That's crazy.
like solo sale in online marketing. I was like, okay, like there's something here.
Did you do it with cold email?
Yeah, cold email.
Oh,
So it's like there was actually cold email, like how I started, and then I got into like SEO, same stuff. And for SEO, I learned like partnering with other agencies. There were so many agencies in Estonia that were just doing like digital marketing, but they weren't offering SEO. So just partnered with them and offered SEO to their user base. They had the clients, so I just got referrals.
Oh.
So that was like one of my first like breaks. I was making like a lot of like good money with that. So after my SEO agency, we're just going like pretty well. I got complacent and we're just like discussing this. We had a lunch break, Levi had some pizza. We're just discussing like, and actually like the main value of podcasts is being talked about before and like after the podcast. So trying to pull like all the insights in here. And we talked about complacency. So once I started my SEO agency, it was going really well for me. Like I was super young and I was already making like 5K a month, which is like more than enough that I needed in Estonia. And I stopped doing any outreach, getting any new clients, and just like legit just sailed on my old clients. And it worked for like 1-2 years. Like I just got money, like smooth, did a couple of hours work every day, like outsourced that stuff. But at some point, like every client dropped off one by one. And then I had to start hustling again. Then we started one like startup with a friend, tried to raise money. It was like a video creation app that failed because we did like a lot of stupid stuff. Then we did like a Chrome app, grew that one. After that, I tried ecom with a friend that's like a third founder in instantly.ai. We actually bought shit ton of clothes from AliExpress. We wanted to do like a lifestyle business. We were bored of the agency stuff. Just wanted to do completely different. We bought a lot of clothes like t-shirts, pants, shorts, everything from AliExpress, and created a store in Estonia. It actually got pretty, like did okay, but like 2K in the first like month that we sold, but the margins were so bad.
Yeah.
We had to package the stuff, like there was nobody else. Like we actually took the things, put them in packages, take them to like post office, mailed them. It was like a headache. So we sold that. It was like my first exit. Sold it to a friend, like a shitty store.
How big was it, the exit?
The exit was like 4 figures.
Oh.
4 figure exit, bro. Yeah. So the friend took it over. I didn't even know like, is it working right now or not? But yeah, just like got rid of it. Didn't want to completely abandon it because it was working. I built like a good audience from it. Had that over. Then yeah, we did some more like agencies. We did Facebook ads in Estonia with the same friend. And then I went to Mexico. I did some sales there. Like I was like a sales rep. Got really good at sales, like closing, live calls. That was like a really good like learning experience. And then after Mexico, you already know, came back, started working on lead generation, tried TikTok, didn't work, instantly lead generation. And here I am, just like so many failed things, so many stupid ideas. Like we sold fucking Lego marks, like a marks like made from Legos, you can put the things. We sold necklaces for horse girls.
Oh,
because we learned that like if you want to do e-com, you have to go after like the hungry audience, like super raving fans and horse people for whatever reason. They're crazy, bro. Like they love their horses. Tried that. We tried Bitcoin merch when like Bitcoin was super hype. We paid like a illustrator to create like a god that had a Bitcoin necklace, and so like a Bitcoin god fucking t-shirts. It was like crazy. Like, tried so many wild stuff, but at the end of the day, like all the ideas that I had, I would say they were like much cooler, sexier than lead generation and instantly, but all of them made much less money. So try not to think about like what's the coolest thing I can build right now if you haven't done anything, and try to figure out like build something for yourself. What do you need? What's something that's proven? What's something that other people are already selling, making money from? Make it better, and you're gonna like save a lot of years, and you don't have to like waste it like I did.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to reinvent the wheel, like do something like a Bitcoin god necklace, like something fucking crazy right off the bat, you're fighting a pretty uphill battle. Like just see what someone else is doing and do exactly the same thing. But yeah, I feel the same. I think drop shipping. I also had like weighted blankets that I was drop shipping from China, and it was fucking like wallets. I remember my first online sale that I made. It was a $22 wallet, and I spent like $300 on ads to get that sale, and I was like, let's go. Zero back end or nothing. Like lifetime value was the same as the front end purchase. So yeah, there's a bunch of cool stuff that you can do. That's perfect. But then after Mexico, you started a lead gen agency and you ran that for a while. So what did your life look like when you were running a lead generation agency? What was your daily task?
So it's a good question. And I think I learned a lot from the sales jobs that I had. Before that, I didn't really have like a structure to my day. So I started using like Google Calendar a lot. Like Google Calendar is the only tool you need. Like for productivity, you don't need anything else. Just add blocks every day for daily tasks that you need to do. Some tasks are like weekly, like every day. We started in the morning, team call. All of the people that were in the agency, like the main founders, jumped to the call, discussed. We had a spreadsheet of all our clients, their results in the past days, and then we discussed like what do we need to improve, what should we do next. So we started that, and I know like people think meetings aren't needed, but and in most cases like you can get around them. But when you're doing remote work and all the people are from different parts of the world, even if in the same place, like doing calls is like super important. Like just the camaraderie, being together, like it's all like working with your friends, like the energy exchange, like same thing, like talking with you live versus doing the podcast over fucking internet, like it's completely different game. So we started with that, getting on the same page, structuring it like that. Then after that, we had a call, our campaign manager had a call with one of the lead miners that was in charge of setting up the campaigns. Then next block was for doing our own outreach. So our own campaigns, we were still like using Instantly to create campaigns every day. So we were figuring out like what angles to use, what targets to use. We're going after mostly digital agencies, TikTok, then influencer marketing worked really well. Coaches, high ticket coaches worked really well for us. So those were like the two main ones that we started. Did campaigns every day looked over the answers. And then if we needed to help our campaign manager with some of the campaigns, then we had like a block for actually working on the client's campaigns. Then we had like entire day for me and Niels and one sales rep of doing sales calls. I say like 5 to 6 hours a day, like open calendar for sales calls. And that was like, main thing was just like doing sales calls daily, and like sprinkled between was like onboarding calls. If you close somebody, we did the onboarding, had them fill out the questionnaire. When they came in, we showed them how everything's going to work, got more answers, so we could really like understand their business and write really good copy. And when after the onboarding call, we would write the copy, and that was like one of the biggest things, or like one of the highest levers that we weren't able to outsource an agency. We tried to hire a cold email copywriter, but it just didn't work. We realized like we are sending so many emails, like we are the best at cold email, like copywriting. People that are just like copywriters that haven't done cold emailing, it's not the same game. Like it's completely different. So that was the only part we couldn't like outsource. We're still like doing it. And and then we just like scaled it up. As soon as we found like working funnel, we had like really good case studies, or like Instantly account was sending out like thousands of emails every day. We're getting like 1 to 10 positive responses daily. Like some days we're completely booked. And then we started to take ourselves out of it and hired a commission on the sales rep, gave all the demos to him, paid him on commission, like for 10 to 20%, depending on how the lead came to him, and just like took ourselves out of it, just helped high level to work on some campaigns, talk with some clients like it was something. And that's pretty much it, just mainly doing outreach every day. Like that's the highest leverage activities. And like with SEO agency, I got complacent. I stopped doing outreach, but there every day we're still doing outreach, getting sales reps. Like the only reason your agency isn't growing is if you don't have sales opportunities.
Yeah, you're not legit sending enough emails. If you're not making enough money, you're not sending enough emails.
Exactly.
But yeah, I also feel that that's like really similar that like I did. It was like when you're running a lead generation agency, it's so like it's actually brain that's simple. It's like fucking sticks and stones. Build lead lists, send emails, do copywriting, like because you also like you grow the agency by the exactly the same service that you provide for the clients.
Yeah.
So it's like you just need to be really good at cold emails and then like systemize it. There's like 3 people that you need to hire to run it to like 50K a month.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like that's like also like what I did really quickly when I realized like shit, there's no point for me to be like on Apollo and lead hype and like scraping this lead list when someone can do it for me for like $5 a day and it's gonna probably work way better because they have more time to put in the and same with inbox management. I think like that's like the easiest, almost one of the easiest tasks to outsource. You just make a lucid chart or like a chart. If they reply this back. If they reply this back, and someone just go through it because that's really dumb task to run by yourself.
Yeah, 100%. Like you as a founder, like should only focus on like the high level stuff. All the like low like clicking of the buttons, it's like so easy to outsource. And that's like the value of creating SOPs, what you should do. But in the beginning, like don't like plan that much ahead. Like you should do everything. So you learn, you know like, how you're doing exactly. But like record yourself, create SOPs, create documents so you can outsource, and then like do it once you have those like initial 2 or 3 closes.
Yeah, and also like one thing that I always recommend to people on Agent Velocity, quick shameless plug, go to agentsvelocity.io to grow your lead generation agency. Right there. But basically what I always tell them when they start seeing like initial traction, like a really great example, one guy just he did his first 4 weeks and he scaled it to 10K a month. He hit exactly 10,000 euros, so a little bit over $10,000 in 30 days. And he was still running like a lot of cold emails. He had scraped like 13,000 leads. He had like 35 inboxes on instantly running and he had like everything really ready to go. So instead of me telling him that after he made 10K, he closed 3 clients, made 10K from that. And instead of me telling him that, okay, now we need to chill and just like take it easy and get comfortable, I told him that, yeah, let's add some volume, let's do more, let's get more sales calls. I think this week he's doing like 17 discovery calls while working for those 3 clients. And I know it can be super hectic, it's super messy, everything is all over the place. If you're doing 17 calls, you're closing clients, if you're working like 5-6 clients at a time, scraping leads, trying to do everything by yourself. Keep in mind he has 0 VAs, 0 hires in his agency. And we're basically doing that so he can get really fucking trenched in work for like a few months. Like he's basically getting forced to like figure out a really good process. Like there's like he can't make it if he doesn't figure out how to do it really efficiently and really well. And then after 2-3 months he has figured it out by just being forced by the sheer amount of work. Then we can make a process out of it, make an SOP out of it. Because a lot of people are trying to make these processes and like these workflows in their head, like this is probably how it would go, and make an SOP and hire it. Then they hire someone to do it and it breaks immediately because they have actually like, it has never been like stress tested under like actual pressure. So what is the best way to get a really good process? Like be really under like huge pressure and stress for 3 months and then look at what your daily tasks are looking like. And then you probably are only doing like things that are high ROI because you have no time to do anything else. The tasks that you're doing, you're probably doing them really efficiently because otherwise you couldn't do them. And like the process has like you have had to find like all the like small stepping stones, like what you do if you can't create a new domain with your phone number, like all of these small things. You have to solve those really quickly. And then you just have all the answers and then you package it and hire it. And the guy has like a huge head start compared to someone who just is working based on a SOP that is made from someone's mind, like a imaginary SOP process.
Yeah, like thinking too far ahead is also like super common. Like trying to figure out SOPs for stuff that you saw, like you have to do SOPs and you just start doing them without like a clear purpose. Like it's dumb. Like just like do it and like learn stuff based on your needs. For example, like for this dude, like before he has sales calls, I wouldn't like work on sales deck, sales copy, like get rid of the cold email, get your like calendar booked. Then you have the motivation, like you don't have any other options, like you now have to do it.
It's
then,
like forces you to learn.
Yeah, exactly. And then understand that everybody has the moment in an agency, every agency owner, like fuck this, I can't do like agency longer.
Yeah.
Like when you get like bad client comes, like it doesn't work, like everybody has it, Just remember, this is like temporary. Like Levi said, 2-3 months that you get down in the trenches, you go monk mode, you just really get good at this shit for 3 months, and after that you can travel like us. You can outsource for VA, but just that one period you have to hold on tight, like stick through it. And I feel like that's where a lot of people drop off. For the first, like when they get an obstacle, they just like lose it. But yeah, like the obstacle is the way. Like if you get an obstacle, you learn how to get past it. That's how you write an SOP. That's how you get like insights. That's how you learn. Like that's how you get better. So like it's supposed to be hard.
Yeah.
You're supposed to struggle, and if you go through it, then it gets easy finally.
Yeah, like you shouldn't take the obstacles and all the problems that you get in your business. You shouldn't take them personally because it's nothing personal. You're not that special that you get like personal problems. Like it's just something that you have to go through. It's just like part of the game. Like there's no way around it. Like I just try to get everyone to understand it because I wish that I had understood it because I took every problem like personally. Like I had a client who didn't have a product market fit. I closed a pre-seed SaaS client and then I was wondering like why did they not have product market fit? And I took it really personal, like, oh, I'm so fucking dumb when I did this, and why is life doing this for me? But just like that, it's just part of the game. Like you have to go through it, and then you're able to create this good process and SOPs and good hires because you have so much traction. I also think like a lot of people, what they're trying to do is they're trying to like build a perfect company, perfect SOPs, automate everything without having any traction. They're like, oh, I'll pre-build everything, and then when I close clients, they're like just swim through the agency really smooth, everybody's happy and gets good results and nothing breaks, but it has never been tested like with actual like traction. So you spend 3 months building out like SOPs, automation, Zapier flows, welcome sequences, everything, and then you close a client and it's like completely different, and you have spent 3 months doing some useless shit. You're like, oh fuck, I don't want to do this way. So I always advise to do something really hard for 3 months. Don't outsource, don't hire, don't automate. Just do it fucking manually, unscalable shit, and then you know exactly how to scale it further.
Yeah, it's simple. Like I made a mind map yesterday. There's like 2 boxes. Like, do you have 2 paying clients with success stories? You're successful with 2 clients because like with 1 it can be a fluke, but if you have 2, like it's a good sign you might have product market fit. So if you don't have 2 case studies, pick a niche. Like Levi has a good thread video about like finding an offer. Go through that, choose an offer, work on your like offer, the wording, whatever. Then send out 5,000 emails. If you get 2 closes, move on to the next part. If you don't get 2 closes, go back, choose a new niche, work on an offer, send another 5,000 emails. That's all you have to do. You have to figure out the product market fit, send out 5,000 emails, whatever the number, a couple of thousand. If you get 2 closes, then move on and scale up your agency. Like then scale it up to like 1,000 emails a day and just keep going like as long as it's profitable. But don't start just like scaling up, working on like stupid shit if you don't have product market fit yet. If you don't have traction, your only job right now is to find traction. Same thing with like startups, like they build stuff before they sell it.
Yeah.
You should sell it first. Like you should reach out to people like with email. It's like so cheap. You don't have to spend money on paid ads. Just reach out to people, try to sell them. If it works, great, scale it up, make a business. If it doesn't, then stop it. But like stop working on your website, stop working on like content, SOPs if you don't have meetings on your calendar. Like
yeah, exactly. Like I think like I hit 15K in my agency before having a name for the agency. The name was Levi Erla. It was like the whole name, whole brand. I had the ugliest website ever. Like my fucking VSL was like 1.5 minutes of me recording my VSL with a shaky camera. Or like, not my VSL, my calendar. And I had like 8 booked meetings and I recorded with my iPhone. I was like, do you want this in your calendar? It was so terrible, but it didn't matter. And the main reason why it didn't matter is I had a really fucking good niche and I had a really fucking good offer. I think also like people don't realize the fact that running an agent, or not even running an agent, running a business, like everything is just like a consistent like feedback loop. It's like you start from here at the beginning. In the beginning there's like a niche and the market, and there's a funnel, lead generation, sales, onboarding, service delivery, scaling, and then it like loops back around. Like it's all feedback loop. So for a good example, Instantly, if you were trying to sell, like you built out Instantly, you had everything here, like the offer and everything was the same, but your niche would be horse girls. Like I don't know, like would you be at 2 million ARR yet? Like,
No.
everything else was the same, but the niche was like horse girls,
No way.
or like maybe not even horse girls, like something more realistic maybe. Fucking HR managers. Like they probably have to send emails.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's all about the niche. But then if you have a really good niche and really good offer, here in the beginning, you can get away with a bunch of dumb shit here in the beginning. You don't have to be really good at sales. You're selling something that somebody really wants to a market that actually really needs it. You don't need to be Jordan Belfort to close the sale. But then you're selling something really shit, like you're trying to sell hot dog to a vegan. I don't care how good you are at sales, but you probably won't make it happen. So you need to realize that spend a bunch of time here in the beginning of the feedback loop on the niche and the offer, take calls, do free shit, like just like see, go in the market, send 10,000 emails, take like 10, 15, 20, 30, 50 calls, whatever, and just see what the people are saying, what words they use, what KPIs they measure, what are their goals, what are their problems, what are the common things in the industry, and then make your offer based on that. Because then it's like, if someone is struggling with hiring more SDRs and not being able to hire good SDRs, you don't want to sell them 10 to 15 qualified sales calls. You want to sell them a solution that makes it so they don't have to hire those SDRs. So you need to understand the niche and the offer, and everything else will be easy after that. But if your niche and offer are shit, I don't care how good you are at sales and cold email, it won't work out.
Yeah. And like once you have defined a good niche, like every email strategy that we share, it's gonna work for you.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna get so easy. So, and I would say like start with like what's the name, like Maslow's pyramid of needs, like the core like human needs, what we need, right? Like fucking oxygen and food. So think about like what a company needs. Like company needs money. Like they want to grow. Like that's the top need. Like that's every company wants to grow. If they don't grow, if they don't get money, they will go under. Like every company is like start there. Start with the offers that help. Start offers that make it easy. Like it's a must-have for the company, not nice to. Like you said, like HR software or some like fitness for employees. It's important, but it's like if you think of a list of to do for a CEO, marketing manager, like it's not on his to-do list, but on his to-do list, there's like increased revenue, lower churn, like do those things. Doesn't matter if you're offering like SEO, don't sell SEO like you're selling revenue increase. Don't sell like your first page of Google. If your first page of Google but nobody clicks it, there's no value. Like you're selling revenue increase, not SEO. Like whatever you're doing, I recommend starting off with that. Don't try to figure out something cool, something new. What you can do is like you take an offer that helps to make revenue and you offer it for cheaper, like some new angle, a new channel, but it's still like connected very directly to what the company wants to achieve. And then everything's going to work much easier for you.
Exactly. It's going to feel surreal. We have had like really funny situations of people coming into Agents Velocity and they have done lead gen in e-commerce, and they have done lead gen for e-commerce agencies, and the agencies have had like shit offers and everything has been like really shit. So they have been just fighting an uphill battle. Then you create them a new niche and a new offer, something like completely blue ocean that nobody, like something really random. We have picked so many random niches. Yeah. It's so fun. And then like launching campaigns, scheduling like 15 calls the first day, and then like next week making like 11,000 and being like, that's like surreal. That feels like a dream. When you're in a better niche and a better offer, you already have the skills here. Like you're able to send cold emails, shape lists, do sales, but you just change from being in a shit niche and shit opportunity somewhere you can actually make money. And that like, I feel that also there happens like really overnight success, because people don't see that you have been building the skills for 6 months in a shit niche, and then you just tweak the last thing and then it makes money.
Yeah. It's like same like mindset of like when people ask me like, hey, how many emails do you send out? How many campaigns do you usually do for a client? The answer is as many as it takes. So with a business software, like choosing a niche, like you should try out as long as you find something. Try out as many niches as it takes for you to get a really good offer, like a no-brainer, and you will see it straight away. And sometimes it's like as easy as taking a sub niche in an existing niche. Like you said, e-commerce is like super hard. And in our lead generation agency, we had 4 or 5 people who want to target e-commerce stores. And then we got this like 2 girls from Netherlands, I think, and they have a sustainable marketing agency. they want to focus only on sustainable e-commerce stores. And when I jumped on a call with them, like in the beginning, it sounded like it's like so niche, like would it actually work, like so tiny? But they were like one of our best clients because it resonates so well with the e-commerce stores that are receiving messages from all the generic Facebook marketing agencies, but then you receive an email from like, hey, I noticed you're a sustainable marketing agency or a sustainable e-commerce store. We're a sustainable marketing agency. We share the same values. We want to help your store grow while still putting the planet and people first. Like when you resonate with the market and you have like you're coming in from a different angle than everybody else is doing, then it started working. And this is like one of our easy clients. Like we always like book them full every month. Like they just like told us like, hey, don't send any more leads. Like we can't handle it right now.
That's amazing. Yeah, I think like people are really like thinking too much inside the box with like picking a niche and creating an offer. Everybody like how their niche picking process goes is they go to Twitter or somewhere and they're like, okay, I want to do lead gen. I'll pick SaaS or agencies. They pick agencies and they're like, okay, Canada or UK or Australia or US. Then like they pick Australia. They're like, okay, Australian marketing agencies. Okay, I have the niche down. Agencies that do SEO, and then like they're still like everybody else does the exact same thing. You have zero advantage by doing that. There's like guys who have worked with software for like 25 years. They have worked in software for 25 years in like a fucking Western European market, for example. They have done like that for 20 years. They have own business. They have studied there. They have a big career. And they're like, okay, I'm gonna start a business. I'm gonna lead generation agency. Fuck, I'm gonna start working with Canadian e-commerce stores, or like e-commerce agencies. Like, what the fuck? Like, just go software in Western countries. Like, you're gonna make so much money there because you understand the market so much better. You understand what the people speak about, what they know, what they want, what the language is. You have like clear social proof. Like, yo, bro, I have been doing this for 25 years. I can help you to get more sales or get more clients or get more leads. And people like do some like crazy dumb shit like but I think it's not wrong. Like I understand why it happens because you don't really know that you're able to do it, and there's so many B2B industries that need more leads. You just need to do it once so you see that what's actually like possible. Like we have one guy who's doing, I won't like reveal the exact sub niche because it's really niche, but he's doing like something in like tourism, like B2B lead gen calling in tourism. It's working fantastic. It's like fucking crazy.
Yeah, like this, like sub niches, if you understand them, like you have a unique offer, like deep domain expertise, like with the SaaS software guy, like that's a huge advantage. Like you should always start there, but it like keep that in mind that it might work, might not work, but like you should always like keep testing, like test as many as you can. Maybe this works, try a different angle, different location, then switch up the offer completely, and you will find it eventually. Like there's like no way it doesn't work. Like it's like so fucked with like whole email. It seems like so easy, and I've tried all of these like crazy ideas. Just like send an email with an offer that they need. It's gonna help their company grow. You're gonna get responses. Like imagine if you if you talk with 1,000 people that need your offer every day. Like you can't fail. You just need to build a system for like sending emails that you can do, contact like 1,000 people every day. You have a good offer, good copy, and you actually know what you're doing once you jump on a call. Like it's so simple. You just have to keep at it.
And it's like, don't focus on the like nine stuff, like all the small, like what tool to use and where to scrape the leads. Like just like whatever works, like just do it. Like pick anything, like pick Lemlist if you want to, like wouldn't do it, but like any fucking software works. Pick a software, Google how to scrape cold emails from industry. Then you find a list, or you find Apollo, you put the industry there. The list is probably shit. Don't try to narrow it too much. Just scrape 5,000 random leads with an industry, and there's probably some in your ICP. And it's just like first line, offer, guarantee, or a case study, call to action, signature, PS line. Just send 5,000 and see what happens. Like it's really hard to not book a meeting that way. It's actually like if you're not completely brain dead and trying to sell like something like really dumb, you're gonna make it work.
Yeah, like we have thought about doing a challenge or competition when instantly. Like we're gonna give you an action plan, and if you can't get like I don't know 20, 25 meetings by using this strategy, we're gonna pay you like 1K.
Yeah, that'd be
Like,
so funny.
If you follow all the steps, like you create the accounts, you warm them up, you send like 30 a day for like 10, 15 accounts. If you can make it work, like I'm willing to like pay you, not like official right now, if you like talk about like the actual steps, but I'm so confident like this will work. Like if me can monitor a person from start to finish, we give them like an action plan and you actually commit, you do everything that's in there, like you can't fail.
Yeah, like there's really legit like no way.
Yeah.
Like just like even like I have seen like the worst cold emails work because it has just been like there has been zero overthinking. Just like, hi, this is automated email. I'm really fucking shit emails, but it's so like real, it's so transparent, and it's a good offer and a good niche and enough volume, it's gonna work.
Like it's also like the TikTok ads offer that we had, and we closed like 6 from 6. And the emails, I think we sent out like 20, 25 emails, and we got those like 6 meetings. And the email that we wrote was, I didn't do like any research, and it was like quite long. Right now, I recommend everyone like send short ones, but it was legit. I sat down, started writing like, hey, I found your store, and like your products seem like perfect for TikTok. Like I really feel it's gonna have like they have like mass appeal. They can go viral, and TikTok is like finding Bitcoin in like 2012. Like most companies are not on there, so I feel like super strong. Like if you go on there, we can get you cheaper conversions than with Facebook ads, and I'm willing to do it completely on performance. We just create ads for you, and if it works, we just take a cut from the like revenue. If it doesn't work, you don't pay us anything. You can keep the ads, you can keep everything. If this is like interesting, you like, I even ask for a call. I think I don't ask for calls anymore, but it's like, hey, can you have a time for like 15-minute call this week? And that was it. Like nothing special. Like we didn't have case studies. We didn't have like proof, but like the performance-based angle, it's really good. Like you take away the risk, because like I feel the risk is like a huge thing with cold emails, because you're coming in cold. They don't know anything about you. So everything you can do to lower risk with a guarantee, with a performance-based offer. If you add performance-based to any offer, it might like work. It just like will increase the chance of getting a reply, even if it's a complete like shit offer. But if you say like you help increase revenue on performance, you don't pay me anything, it's a perfect offer. Like I did a video about finding a perfect niche, perfect offer, and it's like a calculator with like 13 different points of what you have to do. And the best niche that I found, and like feel free to use it, was commission only sales. Like imagine this offer for any business that's profitable. I'm gonna come into your business. I'm gonna do my own outreach for your perfect ICP, your perfect client. I'm gonna bring in those clients. I'm gonna book meetings with them. I'm gonna jump on a call with them. I'm gonna close them. You're gonna get the client, and you pay me 10 to 20%.
Yeah.
Like what's risk? Like who's gonna say no? Like only like small businesses that don't want to grow, they're like filled up, but like this is a no-brainer offer, no risk, no like it's like legit, like no, and it's stackable. But then the big thing with like cold emails, like the Facebook ad agency, even if you're the best one, if you already have a Facebook ad agency, it's super hard to like get in there and take over. But with like sales, it's like stackable. You can get another sales rep. Just get more meetings, get more like.
Just do more, just send more emails. Yeah. And that's actually super funny, because I have done the commission only. I have built a business around there, like just that business model, and we closed like we're probably doing like, you know what I'm saying? If I say 200 million euros, I might be a little bit off. It might be like a little bit, I'd say 100 to 200 million euros. A company that does that yearly revenue in Norway. We closed that company with like fucking one email. Like that's the first company we reached out to. Yeah. We sent one email, we got one meeting, and we closed them with that offer. And the basic offer was that we hire our sales reps, we train them on sales, we do lead generation, we book sales calls, we create the sales process, we follow up with them, we close the client, we write the contract with them, we onboard them in their system. We pay for all the salaries. You don't have to pay us anything. We pay for every single expense, and you only pay us like a small percentage, so like 25% of the cut of the revenue that we generate. month later when we have when the client has come, so you know that they're like after they have paid you, like not from contracts, like actually like cash collected. And we sent one email, we got one meeting, and we closed it like a 200 million company. And it was super funny. I was really broke. I was living like, it's like 20 square meters, so I don't know what, like really small apartment, like probably as like the size of this. I was living there in Helsinki, capital of Finland. I had a roommate there. He wasn't paying me rent. I had met him in the army, and he wanted to start his own business too. And I had already been like 2 years in the game, so I was like, yeah, just move to my place. Like you don't need to pay anything. Just let's hustle here. So we both lived there in 20 square meters, and we started that together. And then I started hiring more people, and after like a few months, we had like 5 guys like every morning in my small ass apartment. Like one guy was under the bed, one was in the shower, one was like under the table, one was like hanging out from the window so the noise doesn't like distract him. And then we were just like doing sales, like fucking brutal, like just phones, no video calls, just doing sales. We had an automated like a cold calling machine. So we would build like a list of 5,000 companies from the ICP, and then we would record like an automated like a like a call or like a 60-second like a pitch, like yo, this is an automated message. This is Levi. We help companies like yours do X, Y, and Z in this time. If you want to hear more information about this, press number 1 and we'll send you an email. And then like we would run it every day. We would get like 30 to 50 like positive leads every single morning. And then we wouldn't send them an email. We would call them and be like, yo, John, I saw that you wanted an email. I just called you to see what is your email address. You don't have it. And then we would start like, by the way, before you go, can I ask you like, what are you using this for right now? And it works so fucking well. It's so funny. But then we were doing it for like 5-6 months. People made pretty good money out of it. We were just like about to like rent a bigger office space, like actually a huge office space. But then the partner, like they changed their pricing model or the payment model. They got a new head of sales, so it fucked everything up. But then we just moved into selling supplements over the phone. But yeah, I think like if you are able to make an offer like that, your closing rate is gonna be so fucking sick. Like that's a really good offer, and it's funny like because it also made money. Like you send one email to get one meeting, you get one close. You don't have to send 30,000 to get the client. You can just do one, but you need to have a really fucking good offer to make it happen.
Yeah, it's like that's legit like a no-brainer offer. Like the hands-off part is also like huge. Like if you offer me that instantly can make like 10K a month more, but I have to work like 20 hours a week more to make it happen, like I would say no.
Yeah, like, even like probably like way less hours. Like you probably wouldn't do it.
Yeah, like 5 hours, I have to like do some stuff. Like I wouldn't do it. Like it's not worth my time. Like time is so much more valuable for an like CEO, for a founder. They will not do it. So if you say the magic words like done for you, like hands off, like that's why I like short form content. Yeah. Like we just take your content, like the podcast we're recording, we just give it to an editor. He makes the clips, edits everything, puts it out there. That's like a no-brainer offer.
Yeah, I haven't touched my YouTube channel ever. Like I don't touch my YouTube channel. I have a great editor. Shout out to Jake. So he just like I film these videos and then I just put them like I don't even put it in a Google folder. I just send them to Slack and then like after some days they go live and they look good. Like that's perfect. And like if I had to do even like 1 hour extra work, but like I think it's like that's perfect. Like even if I made like 10K more a month, but I had to work like 30 to 60 minutes a day, there's no way I would take it. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like, I don't need more money.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why like also Hormozy talks about it like or talked about it at least way back is when you first have an offer, like let's say you want to start doing lead gen. Like of course, like the best way, like the most scalable way probably would be doing like a done with you, like here's your cold email templates, here how you buy domains, you only pay us. Like doing like some crazy like where you have nothing to do, like you don't have to really touch it. Like you have like a course or a program or something for these businesses, they study how to do it, and like that would probably be like the most scalable way and you wouldn't have to do that much work. But first, when you're starting out, go as like done for you as you possibly can. Do everything you possibly can for the client. Of course, the price is going to be way higher, but it's way better for you to in the beginning close like one completely done for you, we handle fucking everything client for like a higher price than trying to close like all of these smaller clients for like a do-it-yourself stuff. So get initial traction, and then over time you can start transforming into done with you because you have learned the market and then maybe done for no do it yourself. Yeah, you can transfer that there. But in the beginning, just create like if you would have to grow agency to $100,000 a month from $50,000 a month. Like list out all the things that you would have to do to make that happen. Hiring SDRs, creating cold email campaigns, hiring inbox managers, yeah, hiring cold callers, like hiring closers, like whatever it might be, doing paid ads. Like create a really fucking sick offer, like a huge one, and then put a premium price tag on it, as much like it takes to pay, and then just put all your efforts into closing that. And then over time, you probably won't close from the first iteration, like to master like offer that you did, you probably won't close it. But then when you take 5-10 calls, you start seeing like people like, I like this, but I don't like this. We don't really need paid ads, but we need the SDRs. We don't need closers, but we need cold callers. And then you can just basically keep the offer super dynamic. Just take the feedback, iterate it, get rid of the shit stuff, go harder on the stuff that people like. And then after 10, 20, 30 calls, you're going to have a really fucking good offer. It's going to be completely done for them. And you will have a pretty high price tag on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said everything that I was thinking. Like we started, like in the beginning, make a no-brainer offer for your clients. And then once you're making money, make a no-brainer offer for yourself. So at some point you will have the luxury to say no to clients, like the clients that just like suck, they don't have a proven sales process, you don't want to work with them. You can start offering more done with you offers. You can hire people so you don't have to do this stuff. So you can like transition over, so you have to do less. But again, it comes down to that first part, like the first months where you have to get down and dirty, get into trenches, get really good at that stuff, like learn it inside out, and then start like making your life easier.
Yeah, exactly. Like you first gotta get to the point when you're like actually operating from a point of abundance. Like you have more clients that you can take, then you can make an offer like you want. Like doesn't like matter. But
Yeah.
for the first client, you can't really think like, I don't want to do this much work, or like it doesn't really work out because I would have to work like a few hours extra. Like fuck off. Like just close the client and do the work. It's gonna pay off in the long run. And so don't try to make it easy in the beginning. That's just how it is. But I think like the last thing that, I don't know, I think we are probably running pretty good length. The last thing that I'd like to ask you is for someone, because I think and I at least hope that most of my audience is people who are building a lead generation agency or who want to build a lead generation agency, what would be your most, if you would be able to tell something to your younger self who's building a lead generation agency, what would you tell him?
That's a good question. So I was writing tweets today, and one of the main ones that I wrote was stop onboarding clients that can't close. Like that was like a huge one for us. It's super underrated in the beginning, especially. You want to onboard everybody, but the qualification phase or the discovery phase, when you jump on a call, you should ask questions from the prospect, and you want to understand: do they have case studies? Do they have experience from cold closing? Like most clients, like especially if you're talking about like older generation, they've closed from referrals, and it's not the same. It takes so much more energy to close from cold prospect. So you want to make sure they've done it or they're willing to do it, and that they like have it, at least some sort of process. They have a salespeople, something, because for lead generation, there are like so many options of pricing it. So you can do like pay-per-positive lead, pay-per-meeting, you can have like monthly retainers. But if you do the pay-per-meeting or pay-per-lead and you do your job, you do it the best to your abilities, you bring them leads, but they can't close because they suck at it, they don't have experience, it's never gonna work. It's gonna be such a headache for you. You're gonna have like disagreements, they might wanna get refunds. So we spend so much time on the bad prospects, and people don't understand the opportunity cost that you're losing with that. It's not only the time that you're spending on a bad prospect, that time could have gone into a good prospect and help you make more money. So you're not going down like the line. If there's like a line, if you make profit, it's like up here, and if you go negative, it's down here. So you're not just going down the line, like you're just like taking from yourself the opportunity of going up and actually making more money. So the focus and prioritization on the right tasks has to be there. So be very strict in qualifying clients, and don't be afraid to say no to the ones that like seem bad. That's the first one. Just like when you get clients, be selectful. And second part, like we talked about this, but never stop your own outreach. That's the most important part. Like that's the oxygen, that's the like lifeblood of your business. If you stop your cold outreach, even if your calendar is full right now, then you're gonna have like a 2-month lag later when you have to build up the engine again. Because it's like a 1-2 months once you start the cold email engine, when you start getting responses. So never stop it, scale it up as long as it's working. Every month get new accounts. We started like while like too slow, while we were already making money. We should have just like invested so much money back into getting more accounts, sending more volume, getting more meetings. But again, we got a little bit complacent. So avoid that. Don't get complacent. Keep on doing it. And then once you get really good clients, I suggest like the agency pricing model. So it should be like scalable. So you price it like per meeting or whatever. So the more meetings you bring them, you get more money, right? So once you get a really good client, start scaling them up. Like in our agency, we're making like in the end like 30, 50K a month. And like most of it, like the 80-20 rule was that like 20% of the clients brought 80% of the revenue. And we worked, but our time, 80% of the time went to the shit clients. So get rid of the bad ones, focus on the good ones. As soon as you find a good client, just like even like talking with them is chill, you like them, like focus your time more on them. You don't feel burned out. You want to get them results. And as soon as you do, invest some money back into buying more domains, more accounts for them, so you can scale up their business, make their business more money. They're going to be happier. You're going to make more money. You're going to get more referrals. So it's like focus on what's working, never stop outreach, and don't take on board and fire bad clients.
That's killer. I think I like one like really good like measuring that I had for bad clients is if I wasn't hyped to hop on a weekly call with them. Like if I was like, oh fuck, I again need to talk to them.
Yeah.
Like that probably is the best way to go about it, because then it's just like your work is pretty miserable at that point.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. So yeah, I can totally vouch for that. We probably were like disqualifying 80% of the calls that we're taking, at least 70%. Like people just don't have the sauce to like actually run, like get like bunch of meetings in their business, because they are closing from inbound. They're like, yeah, we have a 9% closing rate.
Yeah.
Of course, bro, you're closing from inbound. Like, are your expectations gonna shatter? Like when we start getting you like cold calls or like cold outreach calls, and they're gonna be waiting that it's gonna be super sweet. It's gonna be easy. Everybody wants it. They have been closing from inbound and warm referral leads for like 2 years, and now you bring them like a lead from cold email, and they're like, what the fuck? And it's gonna be a terrible client. So yeah, I think that's like a really good point.
Yeah.
But perfect. Thank you, Raul, for being here. It has been amazing. It has been a great honor. If you want to do short plug to end it all, your Twitter, your instantly, whatever you want to say.
So like if you're a lead generation agency and you want to like get really good at that, I feel like honestly Instantly is the best like cheapest tool, so you can get started like super quickly, scale it up, like it's scalable. Like we built it, we were a lead generation agency, so it's like built by a lead generation agency to lead generation agencies. So if you get more clients, you add more accounts, your prices don't go up. So check it out, it's free. We have tons of content. I think I'm gonna ask Levi to add my like Twitter like link below. I post a lot about like cold email, like agencies mostly. That's like our main target group. So like we're sharing everything. Like most of the time, like agency owners, they don't want to share what's working for them. But for us, like it's beneficial if agents make more money, they get more like accounts. So we're sharing everything, like what's working right now. And yeah, and you can also feel free to reach out directly to me on Twitter. Like don't ask like stupid questions. If you have like smart questions, like
what is
like
the best niche?
Like something like interesting that like I'm motivated, bro.
Don't ask that for him.
But like don't ask that like how can I make money? It's like bring something like cool to the board. Like I feel like every like agency owner, every software owner, they love talking about like stuff that is just like mentally motivating.
Yeah.
So like talking with you, like about smart stuff. So like always, like if you have that kind of things, you can always reach out.
100%. And of course, one quick note: if you want to build a 10K month lead generation agency, go to agentsvelocity.io. This is what we're doing there with a bunch of people who are building lead generation agencies. You can see some pictures here all around the screen. So, and we use Instantly a lot. It's the perfect software. So if you want to get into the lifestyle of living here in Bali or wherever we go to agentsvelocity.io, and I hope to see you there. And all of Raul stuff is going to be here in the description. So check them out. Peace. Thanks.
See ya.